Hello, fellow seekers and guardians. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And in this video, we're going to talk about why the hell is Sora so special. So let's give this a read. There is more to Sora than meets the eye, as the little thing says on top. And this was published on July 1st. So I'm a few months late for this, but I'm going to still cover this anyways. The events of the vast majority of the Kingdom Hearts series all seem to revolve around Sora, whether directly or indirectly. However, despite his prowess with the Keyblade, Sora doesn't have any kind of aura of heroism or specialness to him. At a glance, he's just a kind-hearted, goofy kid, and even if you look closer, that's still pretty much all he is. So what exactly is it then that prompts so many major events to orbit around this single more or less ordinary young man? Well, it's not so much a matter of Sora, what Sora is that makes these things happen around him, but rather where he ends up. Let's see if we can't make this a little clearer. Be aware, we're getting into spoilers for most of the Kingdom Hearts series here. So the right place at the right time. What the heck? So, the events of the original Kingdom Hearts implies that a wielder of the Keyblade is some kind of legendary prophesized hero. And that's how Sora was able to receive its powers and go to save the world. In actuality, Sora's ownership of the Keyblade wasn't due to any kind of prophecy or preordained legend. He just happened to receive it. The reasons for this can be traced back to the events of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep and Sora and Riku's childhood. There were the two of them were young. They were visited by a passing Terra who performed the Keyblade inheritance ritual on Riku when he realized the boy wanted the power to protect his friends. This is how Riku received the potential to use the Keyblade. Sora, meanwhile, had a brief encounter with Aqua, but when she noticed the spark of potential in Riku, she opted not to give it to Sora, as she didn't want them to be in conflict like she and Terra was. That should have been the end of it. But at the end of the Birth by Sleep story, after Ventus' heart is fractured in his duel with Vanitas, Soros unconsciously welcomes a wandering remnant into his heart. He didn't really know what he was doing here. He was just being a nice kid and helping someone in need. Fast forward for Kingdom Hearts, Riku was supposed to receive the power of the Keyblade thanks to the potential passed to him by Terra. But when he was engulfed by darkness, the Keyblade couldn't find him, so it went to Sora instead, latching onto the remnants of Ventus' Keyblade potential deep in his heart. This is why Riku was able to take the Keyblade away from Sora and Hollow Bastion, as it was technically his Keyblade to wield, not Sora's. Of course, thanks to his resolve and the spark of Ventus' heart, Sora was able to draw on his belief connection with the Kingdom Key to force a proper connection with it. That's why, in Kingdom Hearts 2 and onwards, it can wield two Keyblades. One belongs to him, and the other belongs to Ventus. Why can, I guess, I was going to ask why can Roxas wield two Keyblades, but seeing how Roxas is Sora's nobody, that explains it, I guess. Unless if there's a more in-depth answer. Anyways, turn nice for his own good. Sora's tendency to take on the burdens of others again isn't due to any kind of heroic disposition. He is just a really nice kid, often to his own determined. Sora has had every opportunity to bail out of the war between light and darkness, But to him, wielding a Keyblade is a chance to bring happiness to others, and that's what's most important to him. Sora will happily throw himself into danger in exchange for even a slim shot of the best possible outcome. Of course, this tendency towards self-sacrifice will also what is also what led him to releasing his own heart and Hollow Bastion to free Kyrie's. This is also this is what led to the creation of Roxas and Namne, and even though Roxas was overtly antagonistic towards Sora on several occasions, he still saw it as his responsibility to ensure Roxas could be his own person. Sora brought Roxas into being, after all, and just like Sora himself, Roxas deserves a happy ending. And I also want to say that the reason why they refer to Sora as a kid, because in the first Kingdom Hearts game, he was like 14, and then in Kingdom Hearts, I think Genuine Memories, he's 14. In Kingdom Hearts 2, he's 15, and it's assumed that ever since Kingdom Hearts 2 and so on, he's still 15. Unless if he's 16 in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. I don't know how much time has passed between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, to be honest. In, first, not real life. Because real life, it took like, about a little bit over a decade. Anyways. Perhaps the most obvious example of this came at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. And they're talking about Roxas and Sora, deserving happiness. Perhaps the most obvious example of this came at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, when Sora sacrificed his tether to reality in exchange for bringing Kairi back from the final world. He was warned multiple times that using the power of waking like that could destabilize his existence, and he went and did it with nary a second thought anyway, because he knew his friends needed his help. His friend needed his help. Along with Sora's inherent kindness comes a wellspring of optimism. No matter what, as long as he's got the back end of his friends, everything will just sort of work itself out. 9 out of 10, he ends up being right about that. Thanks to a bit of good luck and the inherent flexibility, let's say, of the Kingdom Hearts universe. And then boundless charisma. Speaking of Sora's friends, that's the last component of what makes him special. His ability to form bonds with people. Being friendly, helpful, and a bit nosy allows Sora to naturally form connections with just about everyone he meets, even if all the people he meets in various Disney worlds don't play a major role in the overreaching narrative of the series. He's still able to befriend them with a surprising ease, offering to help them with their problems even when there isn't anything obvious in it for him. These people in turn make Sora a stronger person, both in a metaphorical and literal senses, as they give him experience in all kinds of settings, while also helping him to polish his magic and sword skills. Of course, he'd be remiss if we would be remiss if we didn't mention all the bonds Sora has made with more plot relevant characters. His friendships with Riku, Kairi, Donald, Goofy, Mickey, and all the others are what gave him something to fight for, reinforces his desire for a happy ending, and why he in turn needs them. They feel the same urge to put everything on the line and ensure he makes it back safely. Almost immediately after Sora disappears at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Kairi and Nienzo get to work combining her heart to find any possible way to bring Sora back to them, because they know he will do the same for them. So what exactly makes Sora so special? Honestly, not much. He's just a good kid who was in the right place at the right time. He's not some grand hero or prophesied savior, just the just the owner of his kind of a kind hand, willing to extend it wherever he thinks it can reach. When you get right down to it, though, that's kind of what the hero is, isn't it? And I think that's what makes Sora special. And I think because of that, Sora in the Kingdom Hearts universe will, at the end of the day, become a legend, like how Luke Skywalker is in the Star Wars series. Because if you look at, like, I know Luke Skywalker is a bit different because, like, Luke Skywalker destroyed the first Death Star. He redeemed Vader, his father. He allowed the Jedi to survive. He essentially rebuilt the Jedi Order. Regardless if you want to use canon or what's now legends, Luke Skywalker rebuilt the Jedi Order. But for me, Sora is kind of like Luke Skywalker for me. For Kingdom Hearts. For me, and I'll explain here in a bit. Since I'm using Star Wars as an analogy in this case, what Luke Skywalker did for me when I was watching the original trilogy, and this was even before Star Wars became Disney, Luke Skywalker had taught me that there's always good in people. There's always good in the world. Whether that person chooses to exploit, like, let me say that because I feel like I was talking more about Vader. Luke Skywalker taught me to have hope. Even when things become dim. Luke Skywalker has taught me to have hope in the world. And Sora has taught me the same. And what Legends First of Luke has taught me and what Sora has also taught me is that there's going to be a lot of people in the world reminding me, I should say, that there's going to be a lot of people in the world that might try to, like, steer you off the good path. But don't let those people win. Don't let those people dictate the kind-hearted nature that you have. Still be a good person. Let them try to help people the best way you can. And if it is possible, be a light in someone's darkness. And help them navigate through whatever darkness that might be with them at that said time. That helping people is never a bad thing. Especially when you don't expect any reward in return. And that is why I admire characters like Luke Skywalker so much. Why I admire Sora so much. And so yeah, I do think Sora is special. He's one of those characters that are special because it inspires hope and kind-heartedness towards people in the game and people like me. And it might sound cheesy, but I don't care. Sora is part of the reason why I am who I am today. And I was like, it came out in 2001 or 2. I mean, so I was like 8/9 when the Kingdom Hearts series came out. Wait, no. If I'm 26 now, That was like 6, maybe 7 when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out. Depending on the time frame, because yeah, man, I'm a February baby. But nah, I think Sora's special because he inspires hope and kindness, and he is an example of what people should be in the world. But that's just me. That's just me. What do you guys think about this article? Do you guys like agree with anything that this article said or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. That said, love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you fellow seekers and was it again that I said earlier? Seekers. Hold on. Seekers and Guardians. There we go. Seekers and Guardians. I had a brain for it. Because it's supposed to be a pun to Seekers of Light, Seekers of Darkness, Guardians of the Light. There we go. Seekers and Darkness. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. With that said, love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And may your heart be your guiding key.